Welcome to Business Spotlight, a signature series from the National Society of Black Wedding and Event Professionals. This is the show where we shine a light on the people, the stories, and the passion behind the brands. Each episode, we sit down with one of our incredible members to explore the journey, the culture, and the character that fuels their business. It's not just about what they do, it's about why they do it, how they got started, and what keeps them going. From bold startups to beloved staples, we're celebrating the entrepreneurs who are shaping the wedding and event industry, our community, one story at a time. So, whether you're here for inspiration, connection, or just good conversation, you're in the right place. This is Business Spotlight, where business gets personal. Welcome back to another episode of Business Spotlight, brought to you by the National Society of Black Wedding and Event Professionals, where we elevate, celebrate, and amplify the brilliance of our dynamic members across the country. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a woman whose name has become synonymous with excellence in luxury event design and unforgettable guest experiences. From the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, meet Jan Hill, the visionary founder and creative force behind J Hill Events. For over 2 decades, Jan has transformed milestone moments into masterfully curated celebrations. Her signature style? A seamless blend of artistry, intention, and elevated hospitality, the kind of experience that doesn't just impress, it lingers. Whether it's a high-profile wedding, a corporate gala, or an intimate yet opulent soiree, Jan brings a level of precision and passion that turns ordinary gatherings into extraordinary memories. Get ready to step behind the scenes of a brand built on legacy, luxury, and the courage to create without limits. This is Business Spotlight, and this is the incomparable journey of Jan Hill of J Hill Events. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Business Spotlight by the National Society of Black Wedding and Event Professionals, where we come to you and talk to you about the person behind the brand. And today I'm super excited because we have here with us Jan Hill of J Hill Events, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And we're just going to get to know who she is, get to know a little bit about her brand, what is her why, and just things about her. So we're going to get this started, and let's first introduce her. Jan Hill, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm super excited about our interview here today to get to know a little bit about you. And every time I do these things, I learn so much about the members of NSBWP. And so I walk away, with this new enlightened vision of you guys. So I'm looking forward to learning all about you.
Same.
So tell us about, I did say that you were from Atlanta, but where are you really from, and all about, who is Jan Hill? Jan Hill Force, not the business.
Jan Hill. Jan Hill. So I am originally from Greenville, South Carolina, born and raised. So I am a true Southern girl, Southern belle. I went to South Carolina State University, also in South Carolina, obviously. And
HBCU.
yes, HBCU. Just love everything. Travel. I love to travel. I've always loved planning events, and I know we'll get into that.
Mhm.
Literally from childhood. I'm the oldest of three. I have two siblings that are younger, and let's see what else. Enjoy reading. I love watching movies, and I love music. I would say I love everything from classical to hip hop. I'm definitely a true hip hop head and could get anybody beat in trivia. But
Okay.
but yes, I love what I do. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything else that would be unique about me. I played the flute for, I don't know, since sixth grade, I'll say that, and actually used to play for weddings before I got into planning. So I definitely am a musician and love music. But yeah, I guess that's a little bit about.
Awesome, awesome. You say you love movies. Yeah, the music thing I love. And you said
Mhm.
you like from classical to hip hop.
Mhm.
For movies, where you're a rom-com person, sci-fi. Um, what do you love?
I definitely am a rom-com girl. I love romantic comedies. But I also am a Marvel fan. So I do like
Okay.
some fantasy. Definitely watch Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Like I love all of that stuff as well. So yeah, I like a
So, what are
good.
you watching right now that you just like? This is my show.
Hmm. I'm ready for Bridgerton. So I was just catching up on the last season of Bridgerton and ready for the new season, which I believe started today. Uh,
Yes,
yes. And
I saw 2 episodes this morning.
did you? Okay. Okay. So yes, I wanted to watch the last season just to get caught up and get ready for this season. But yeah, I would say that's it for right now.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. So you're in the wedding and events industry. You are a fabulous event planner. How did you get into this profession?
So, I think I mentioned before, I've loved events and weddings since I was a child. I think I might have been 3 or 4 years old when I was asked to be a flower girl in someone's wedding. And I literally saved my flower girl basket and the petals and told my mom, whenever I get married, I'm going to do this and that. And I just really fell in love with it. And I actually watched Princess Diana and Prince Charles get married with my mother on my birthday. And I was just smitten and in love with weddings. I actually used to have them for my dolls and have all these fancy little parties for them and just really loved planning events for my toys. But my mother and father used to entertain a lot at home, and so I would act as their hostess, welcoming people. And my mother put me in etiquette class in second grade. So I learned how to set a table, what salutations to use when writing stationery. And so I always feel like there was something in me that just really wanted to do this. I just didn't know I would have a career in it. But there's a photo of me as a child where there's a bride doll that I had asked for Christmas and a typewriter, and I'm holding the phone. I might have been 4 or 5 years old. And here I am, literally working with brides, typing all the time and on the phone. So it's really foreshadowing.
Mhm.
But I will say, as I got older, I was that go-to person for friends and family that were hosting events and wanting something creative or needed some advice on how to handle certain situations. And back in 2006 is when I decided to get a certification. I was helping people and I knew I had some skills, but I wanted to have a little bit of a foundation in terms of learning the industry and the backside of it. We all see the pretty, but there's also the
Mhm.
business side. And so I did get a certification and just started putting myself out there, advertised in a magazine and booked my first professional client. That one wedding, earned me 3 referrals from that one wedding, and that's kind of how the business started.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And
Mhm.
I know as a business owner, as we're starting our business, we want to come up with that name for our business. You adopted your own name into your business. Was that something that came easy and you just knew that's what you wanted to do, or was there some type of contemplation and strategy behind it?
Well, initially, the name of my company was Lafette Weddings and Events.
Okay, didn't
So
know that.
I wanted a French name because my mother speaks fluent French. And because my mother was such an influence on me, being creative and getting into this industry, I wanted to have a French name as an homage to her. And La Fête meaning the party or the celebration. I thought it was fitting and I really liked it. But some years later, I decided that I started to see the name pop up quite a bit. And I wanted to personalize my brand a little more and decided to change it to J Hill Events um, to represent me. So
Mhm.
I am part of this brand. When people hire my company, they're hiring me and what I represent. So I thought it was appropriate for me to change it to that name.
Wonderful, wonderful. So go through this role of being a business owner. And if you're like me, people ask me like, well, oh, what was your favorite event? Or what was your favorite client? Do you have the favorite, or is it just an event that like sticks out in your head that you've done?
Whew. Um, I will say my favorite big wedding that I did so far. I've done several that I love, but one in particular was at the Vizcaya Museum and Gardens in Miami. And the reason that it stands out to me is because I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a space that you just book, and that's all you get is the venue. Everything has to be brought in, and there's so many details, so many moving parts. But working with these clients who it wasn't even on their radar. Miami wasn't on their radar. They were looking in other states, other venues, but I just asked them, what do you love? Where do you all like to go? They knew they wanted a destination wedding, but in the States. And so I just started asking questions. What do you like? What is a special place that you both love to go? And they said Miami and gave me some reasons why. And I said, well, why haven't you looked there? And so did my research. They had a date that they really wanted, and it was I think it was tentatively on hold, but we waited, we prayed on it. The date was released and given to my clients. It just seemed like everything started to fall into place for that wedding. And it was beautiful. Detailed, it was what they wanted. It really represented the two of them. And it was just amazing. I actually got emotional after it was over because I was just proud of how everything turned out and proud of myself because it was
Mhm.
a little bit earlier in my career. But I was able to pull it off and people were happy. My clients were very
Mhm.
happy with it.
Awesome, awesome. And as an event planner, event professional, at this stage in your career, you've done so many events. What is the one or some of the biggest misconceptions about either an event planner or the industry as a whole?
Ooh, as event planners, I always hear, ooh, it seems so fabulous. Oh, you get to go to parties all the time. Like this stuff just comes together magically. Like we just snap our fingers and it's just no.
Like, do
Um,
you know I go home and my back is hurting, my feet are hurting?
I mean, they have no idea. We'll leave an event space or a reception and have to run somewhere and run back and then, walk in like nothing just happened, right? It's the behind the scenes, it's the blood, sweat, and tears literally that you have leading up to these beautiful productions. And so I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Oh, you get to play around and design and have fun every day. I mean, and a lot of it is fun, but a lot of it is hard work as
Mhm.
as planners, So I would say that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's all fun
It's
and
all fun and it's like magic. It just it's
and it's been on a list of one of the top most stressful jobs, in the country, in the world,
yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We wear a lot of hats. A
Yeah,
lot of hats.
definitely.
Um, what inspires you? You said, this is a lot of hard work. We have our moments when, we have those clients that just warm our hearts, gets us a little teary eyed. Then we have some that makes us want to like, I can't wait until this is over. What inspires you to keep going?
I would definitely say seeing the looks on my clients' faces when something they've dreamed about is coming to reality. Um, that makes me happy. It's definitely worth it. There have definitely been moments where I'm like, okay, I need to try to dust off the resume and let this go because whew, I've definitely have some had some of those moments. But then I really sit and think about why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for the love of it. It's definitely hard work, but I genuinely love what I do. I love being creative. Um, I love trying to pull things out of my clients that they wouldn't necessarily think of that could be incorporated into their events. Um, but that's really what drives me is really trying to create memorable experiences for my clients and their guests. And that they'll cherish. We're part of one of the biggest moments in their lives as wedding planners and also for event planners. I've done baby showers, birthday gatherings, and those moments, sometimes that's the last moment they'll be with some of those people. And I just don't take that for granted. And I think that's very important. Being a part is an honor to be a part of those moments in people's lives.
So people, we're here to create memories for them.
Yes,
These are memories that they're wanting to cherish and to, celebrate with their loved ones as well.
right.
Um, any lessons learned along the way that kind of like stick out?
Hmm. Lessons learned. Trying not to do everything on your own. I'm kind of a what is ambivert. And so sometimes I'll kind of work in a silo. And I'm like, I don't
Mhm.
have to do that. I have resources that I can call. Being in Atlanta has been great. I have a network of colleagues, other planners, and we talk. We ask each other questions. If one of us is out of town or something comes up, there's an emergency, we know we can call each other to lend support. Some of us have really large events, and instead of just, having an assistant, sometimes you want another lead planner or a planner that does this full time to assist. So we'll collaborate on projects sometimes. So really establishing a good network of people so that you can ask for help. It's okay to do that. And I think some people are nervous about that. Um,
Mhm.
but I
Mhm.
definitely say establishing relationships, being a part of organizations like this, definitely helps. So I would say that would be important for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about some fun things. Now, you said you love all types of music.
I do.
What is your go-to hype song?
Ooh. Let's see. For event day, it changes. So in the morning, I start definitely with some gospel,
Okay.
because that just sets the tone. I do
Mhm.
prayer and meditation first thing when I wake up, get some gospel going. But I do right before the event sometimes have to put on a little Beyonce or it
Okay.
might be some, might be some Outcast. It's hard to pinpoint one song in particular because it depends on, the mood or even sometimes the event that I'm about to do. And that'll kind of, dictate what song or musician I might want to hear.
Awesome. What is something that people might be surprised to learn about you?
Oh gosh, surprised to learn about me. I don't know. I think the hip hop head thing. I love, the 90s hip hop era. Um, I think that's a bit of a surprise. Um, hmm, I don't know. That's a
Okay.
tricky one.
Okay. I was at this event with some friends. It was a home event, and we talked about hip hop. And so people are like, oh, 90s hip hop. Oh my goodness, this one guy went into like, there's a difference between early 90s. No, he's, yeah, 90s hip hop and early 2000s. He was saying the early 2000s was better than the 90s. They got into this whole big debate. How do you feel since you said that you are a hip hop guru?
Ooh, I think that, the middle 90, like mid 90s, uh, well, early to mid 90s is
Mm-hmm.
when it really started to elevate. And I guess because being from the South, that's when we heard from Outkast for the first time and Goody Mob,
Mm-hmm.
those artists. And it was a big deal. It was a big deal, especially, going to an HBCU. Um, it was definitely probably the time of music or genre that I liked. Um, I think it would be middle 90s, um, going into the late 90s,
Okay.
for
All
sure.
right. Awesome. Awesome. Um, what three words describe your planning style?
Intentional
Mm,
would be one. And I think I'm very intentional about what I like to um, do in terms of design and also talking to my clients about being themselves and really opening up to me so that I can know and think about some different things to incorporate in their wedding. Um, My design style is transitional. Although I don't execute the design, I do take a big part of designing the events. And most of my clients have a transitional style as well. So that's that mix of classic, timeless with a little bit of contemporary and
mhm.
modern. So I would say transitional in style. And then the third would be, it's a phrase, but Southern charm, because I am from the South. Um, and some people like that part of me, that
Mhm.
personality. And I think that's definitely what stands out in my brand is the Southern charm.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love it. And if you could plan an event anywhere in the world, where would it be? And for who?
Ooh. If I could plan an event anywhere in the world, right now, Italy is the top of that list.
Okay.
Italy or the south of France.
Okay.
And then for who? Hmm, I must say Oprah.
It's
I'm
on
sure she's on
everybody's
so many
list.
lists. Everybody wants some of that. That
Oprah needs to
Oprah
get
event.
started getting these scratching these names off the list.
I know, I know. I would love to plan something for her. Um, I think that would be awesome. Or even Michelle Obama.
Oh, yes.
I would love
Yes.
that. I mean, I think I love her style, her personal
Mhm.
style. And I think that if she hosted an event, it would be just super stylish and chic, but also fun because she
Mhm.
seems to have a lot of fun. She's not afraid of being herself. And I look up to her a lot and very inspired by her. So doing an event for her would be an honor.
That's a good one. I think I might put Michelle before Oprah now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, indeed.
definitely, definitely.
Look, Michelle is more famous than Barack.
Like he knows it too. He
It's
knows it.
like he goes somewhere to be like, mm-mm, where's Michelle? By the way, where's Michelle?
Right.
We know you were the president and all, but mm-mm, where's Michelle?
No, look, that's how George Bush is with her too. Like, well, I want to sit by Michelle.
Like, I need to sit with Michelle.
Yeah.
Okay, so rapid fire questions. Morning person or night owl?
Ooh, definitely morning person. I
Okay.
try to be a night owl, but can't do it.
I hear you. I hear you. And a girl being from the South, you eat grits, don't you?
I do.
Okay. Is it sugar or butter and salt?
Butter and salt. Savory grits all day long. Sugar does not go on grits.
Can you say it a little bit louder for the people in the back?
Sugar does not go on grits. No, no, no.
It's like, where do you all get that from?
Might as well have cream of wheat or something else. I mean, that's
Some
not grits.
oatmeal, yeah.
Oatmeal.
It
Mm-mm.
doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No, no, no. Not at all.
Coffee or tea?
Oh, that's a tough one because I love tea, but not in the morning. I do
Mm,
coffee in the morning, 1 cup at least, but I
okay.
love tea in the afternoon.
Okay. All right. This one is three: sweet, salty, or savory.
Sweet. It's my vice. I love sweet things, mainly chocolate. I love
Mhm.
chocolate. I would say sweet for sure.
Okay. All right. Love that. Love that. Love that. Um, we already talked about the Kate issue that we already talked about movies.
Hmm.
We'll go on and say, what is your favorite trend of the year? Fragrance.
Uh, I know this has been around for a little bit, but I think there's so many different ways to elevate it or make it different. But that's the photo vignettes instead of your traditional photo booths. Having a really unique place for guests to have a portrait taken at an event.
Mhm.
I love that, and my clients are enjoying that as well. Um, I would also say drapery. There's lots of draped venues now, or venues that have some really unique draped designs. Sometimes I feel like it's a little much. So, really being more intentional about the placement and the structure of such drapery.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I think those are two that have been really popular that I think my clients really like. Um, I like staying abreast of trends. I don't necessarily like to follow them.
Mhm.
No.
Those two trends that you just pointed out, I think those are things that find seeing stay. You know how they always say, oh, what do you want to get rid of? I like the vignettes because I feel like at an event, everybody wants to feel like a celebrity or a superstar. And it just gives that certain energy to people with the photos. And then
Right.
the drapery is just like, especially it's not the traditional drapery anymore. You got the swags, you got things hanging all out of the ceiling. It is just it's romantic. It makes it just transforms a room.
It transforms a room. It definitely makes it more moody and, like you said, romantic. That paired with candlelight, you might not have a single flower in the room, but just having that softens the look and really makes it nice. So,
Mhm.
uh,
Love it, love it. Um, because we are the National Society of Black Wedding Event Professionals, give what inspires you about Black culture
hmm.
in anything. Doesn't have to be with events, just what inspires you about Black culture?
Whew. Just, oh gosh, that's a loaded question because every aspect of our culture is inspiring from, art. I don't even think I've talked about this, but I was an English major and used to, and still do, write a lot. I read a lot, and I'm starting to read more, taking the time and being intentional about my reading. But literary works from Black authors. Loved the Harlem Renaissance period, researched it a lot growing up. Just learning our history. My mom made sure we were aware of, our ancestors and where we came from in Africa. Um, and I'm just really proud. I'm really, really proud of our culture and
Mhm.
and what we've learned and what we've endured, um, and are still resilient. We're creatives, um, smart people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's so many different aspects of our culture that I love and that I'm inspired by. And definitely consider those things when planning as well. And, definitely helps me to want to do better and be the best that I can because I know where I came from,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know?
There's so much rich history about Black culture. I just watched a documentary this weekend about the Black cowboy. Oh
Oh,
my
yes, it
goodness.
was so good.
Oh my goodness. It's just like going to a freaking rodeo this year.
I said this, yes. They have a huge one in Georgia, out in Conyers. I think it's either Conyers or Covington, Georgia.
Mhm.
Huge. And, you just don't hear about that.
You don't hear about it. You do not. And the people that founded the Black Rodeo, as soon girl, I was on my phone like, okay, why are they coming to this area? Like, where is it? And
Right.
so they've been coming here to the DC area for years on the Maryland side. So it's coming up in September. And so
Mhm.
I marked my calendar. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to this. I think I'm
Yeah.
going to this. Because
Yeah.
that documentary was just like, oh my goodness, it was so good.
We don't think about ourselves as, I mean, truly equestrians. We do not.
And we were the first jockeys.
Yes.
We were the first jockeys.
Yes. And I do a big event for the Carolina Cup, which is a horse race at the end of
Mhm.
March. And I do the pre cup celebration. It's a big concert and party. And I've been to the race for the past couple of years. A lot of us go. A lot of us go to the horse race. A lot of us are taking care of those horses.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
We're not seeing as many jockeys anymore, but they're really taking care of those horses because they know what to do.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's
That
been
was just such a good documentary.
yes.
Like when you think you hear it all about the stories about us, I never would have thought about, the Black cowboy and, all the things that got us started. And the fact that the Lone Ranger was based off an actual Black person, but they didn't want a Black person to star in the movie, in the TV series. He was an actual real person, which I saw the TV show Bass Reeves. Did you see that?
Right, I did.
Yeah. So that's what the Lone Ranger was based off of him.
So wild.
So
It's
our culture
amazing.
is just,
I know.
I just get excited every time I see something that's just like fabulous about us. And like you said, it's just the resilience and the things that we have gone through. It's
Right,
amazing.
right.
Amazing.
And we have to keep that in the forefront
Mhm.
because it's not just about, the negative parts and the bad things that we went through. There's so many good things that are still being pushed aside and hidden. We
Trying to
have
be erased and not even talked about.
Yes, exactly. Like the Black Wall Street and
Mhm.
the Tulsa Massacre. Like that, we didn't really know a lot about that until recent years.
Mhm. Mhm. And in that documentary about the Black cowboy, they were saying like Oklahoma was like the place for Black people to go. And it's just like Oklahoma.
Yes, I
That
was shocked.
we had a rich population of Black people. They're successful Black people. This is
Right.
like Oklahoma out of all.
All the places, Oklahoma.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so talked about Black culture. You
Mhm,
talked earlier in the conversation as far as like networking.
mhm.
Um, how do you network and how do associations play into your networking?
So let's see, for networking, it looks different now than it did when I first started, I would say. Definitely I became a member of an organization once I got my certification. And that was my entry into the industry because there were some chapter meetings and things that I went to. And I learned a lot. I gained a mentor out of being a part of that. And she was great. But it took me building the confidence to ask questions get to know
Mhm.
people. And some people were very open and some were not, just being quite frank. I
Mhm.
don't know if it was the fear of competition or anything like that, but I just did more research, did some observing and identified some people that I'd love to work with one day. And there was one in particular who's also a member, Lisa Zachary of Papered Wonders. And, she pulled me aside at an event and said, we need to talk. She's like, I've been watching you. We need to talk. And we just hit it off from there, connected with some other folks, and just, we started working together. And then from then on, started meeting peers and other planners. But it can be a challenge. It can be a little intimidating starting out, but just putting yourself out there, introducing yourself at the very least, that's what you should do. But but yeah, that's how I started. I don't go to, or I'm not able to go to as many events as I used to, but I'm very intentional about the ones that I do go to. I want to definitely learn from other people, but I also want to build that camaraderie. Sometimes you need to do something outside of the box that's not
Mhm.
so industry focused. Maybe it's more casual in terms of settings. And that's really, I think, when you start learning people and seeing who you might get along with and may want to do business with instead of such a formal setting. So I do enjoy those moments where you have the time to actually have a conversation with someone and get to know them.
So, where we're at the end here, and before we close out, I want to ask you, what do you do to relax or to have fun?
When I take the time. When I take the time to relax, I love a good spa day. I love a
Mm.
good spa day, getting a good facial and a massage, and just to enjoy the amenities at the spa. Sometimes you just only have time to go in, get your massage, and leave, but I want that to last as long as possible. So just hanging out, maybe go to the sauna. If it's a warm day and they have a pool, go to the pool and just relax. That sounds amazing to me.
Mhm.
And also, um, if I don't have a whole lot of time for a spa day, sometimes just getting my nails done or a
Mhm.
pedicure, definitely it just is a little bit of an escape from everything that's going on. And then if I have a lot of time, going on a vacation.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Yes, if I could just get away for at least a week on someone's beach. Water is therapy for me, so going
Okay.
to somewhere near an ocean is ideal.
Well, that vacation thing, I could take one right now because I don't know where you are, but it's 25 degrees outside and I have a pile of snow in the driveway. And I'm just like, I'm ready for this to be over with. I want to go somewhere hot.
I know we are expecting more snow Saturday.
Oh,
So we had
same here,
a nice
same here.
weekend and it's coming again. So I'm ready to
I'm over
go.
it. I'm over it.
Me too. Being a summer baby, I really crave the warmth of the sun.
Mm. I'm a winter baby and I do not like the winter.
I understand.
All right, Jen, what's next for you and your business?
Well, just continue to create amazing events. I am scaling a little bit. I brought some people in to start helping with some planning and just looking to grow my business. I definitely want to travel a little bit more. So we'll be focusing on getting some destination weddings on the books and more destination weddings, I'll say that. But yes, just excited about 2026 and 2027. Believe it or not, people are already thinking about next year, and we just started 2026. So that's where we are.
Awesome. And where can people follow or connect with you?
Yes, on Instagram, it's j.hill events, Facebook, J Hill events, TikTok, same thing, J Hill events.
Awesome, awesome. And are there any final words of inspiration that you'd like to give for aspiring event professionals?
Yes, I would say, there is anything I could say. Just keep going. Make sure that you ask for help. I think that's
Mhm.
something I mentioned earlier. If you get stuck, don't be afraid to ask someone. There's definitely a lot of resources out there, but that's why relationships are so important. Um, Definitely asking people that have been in the industry for a long time, taking a good course, doing your research and taking a course or attending a conference, definitely helps. So do your research. It's people think that, oh, it might be easy just to jump in. I love planning events. I'm just going to put a business together and just start asking for people to hire me. But making sure you're getting your education and learning as much as you can because it definitely takes that to do well.
Indeed, indeed. Well, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure having this conversation with you here today. For those of you that are listening and viewing this video, thank you for joining us for Business Spotlight, hosted by the National Society of Black Wedding and Event Professionals. Come back and view another episode, and please make sure that you share this link with all of your friends so that they can also view. And also, there'll be at the bottom ways that you can follow Jen. I'm sure she would love for you to say hello, give her some hearts, or I don't know, what else do they do on social media so that you can engage with people? But go follow her and engage. We truly appreciate that. Again, thank you for joining us for Business Spotlight.